What's up, guys? If you want to learn how to save
$1 million,
then this video is for you.
here's the plan.
$1 million isn't exactly a lot of money these days.
Okay, so maybe $1 million isn't enough. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make $1 million or possibly even more. And just a quick disclaimer, guys, I am not a financial advisor. Anything I share on this channel is strictly my personal opinion. So why should you or anyone listen to what I have to say?
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Well, I don't really drink, but look, guys, I'm just like you. I work and I want to be able to save for retirement and live the life that I want to live. And you may not realize it, but by seeking the knowledge of how to save $1 million, you already made the first step. So let's get into it and start your journey.
I'm going on an adventure!
So the first thing I want to show you here is an investment calculator. Now this is the Dave Ramsey retirement investment calculator, and I love this tool, and I'm going to leave a link on the bottom of the description so that you can access this and play with it. You're going to need this tool to reach your goal. So let's just punch in some information right here. And what we want to do is we want to punch in our age. So as an example, I'm going to start at 25, and I know that people, you're going to be watching this all age groups. I'm in my 40s, so I will show you some examples of that too. But let's start at someone who is the age of 25. So don't worry about it if you're older than that. There's still hope. So let's say, how much do you have saved for retirement? Let's punch in some numbers, and let's say, you know what, we hardly have anything. We have like $100, or maybe, you know what, maybe we have our stimulus check. Let's say it's $1,700, and let's say, how much will we contribute monthly? Well, you know what, let's say, you know what, all I can afford to contribute to a savings plan is $100 a month. And here we want to click, and it says, what do you think your annual return will be? So this is how much interest do you think you can get your money to earn. So here we have some figures that it says the 30-year return of the S&P 500 has been roughly 12%. So that's kind of the percentage that it has been historically. So look at what we have here. So we're starting at age 25. Our retirement age is 67. That's the retirement age in the US. Why is that important? Well, at age 67, that's when you can actually withdraw money from your savings if it's a Roth IRA without having to pay the taxes. So there's some legal aspects of that. Again, I'm not giving complete financial advice here, so you may have to talk to your tax advisor about the certain tax benefits of getting a Roth IRA and things like that. But at age 67 is when you qualify for some of those benefits. All right. So we have $1,700 in our retirement. We are doing $100 a month with an annual return of 12%. So what will that get us at the age of retirement? And boom, here we have $1,752,000, $617.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Okay, in 42 years, that's what your investment will be worth. All right. So that's a long time, right? But think about this. You're only doing $100 a month. Can you afford that? If you have a job, sure. Most people can't afford it. Most people blow through $100 and don't even realize it. I know I did as a teenager, as a young college kid. So, but we're not thinking that way. We're not thinking about saving money like this. But if we did, here, the numbers don't lie. This is what you could make. And here's some interesting figures as well. Your initial balance was $1,700. You only contributed $50,400, and your growth was $1.7 million. So, and here you have a chart of how your money just grows over time, and this is due to compound interest. So, and our 1 million year is actually 2059. So that is for someone that is in their 20s right here, where this example is 25 years old. Okay, so what if we're a little bit older? So let's say, you know what, I'm in my 40s, I'm 40 years old, and let's say, I do have some savings. Let's say I don't. Let's say $1,500, and let's say I could afford $400 a month. You know what? My car is paid off, and I'm just gonna put that money towards retirement, and my annual rate of return is 12%. Let's see what that gives us. Boom, we still have $1 million in 27 years. So again, I hope you're seeing the value of this calculator. It is freaking awesome. To get you some numbers. But I know what you're asking. You're saying, you know what? Where in the world am I going to make 12% on my money? My bank will only give me 1% or some ridiculous interest rate like that. So where can I get 12% interest for my money that I'm putting in savings? That is an excellent question, and I'm going to show you where you can.
Show me the money!
One place you can do it is through mutual funds. So here I have E-Trade. This is a brokerage account, and anyone can start an E-Trade. You just need to have your financial information. I think you have to have a job, and you have to give me your social security number, things like that. Basically, just create an E-Trade account, and you will be able to buy and sell stocks and mutual funds. So here is a mutual fund called Acre, I guess, I'm not sure how you say that, Focus Retail. And I actually own some of this mutual fund, and I've had it for a while. And the reason why I have it is for a couple reasons. And here we see that to get in this fund, your initial investment only needs to be $100, and you can get in this fund. And for IRA, same thing, it's $100. And then after you put in that $100, your initial investments, there is no minimum requirements. You can put $1 in, and that's fine. So, but just to start it, to open it up, you have to at least do $100. Okay, so let's go down here. So I want to know how did this thing perform? And here, we can see some things going on here. But let me show you down here. This is the good stuff. Okay, so here is the performance of Acrex, and in 1 year, it's done 40%. So we've had a pretty amazing year. This is not really normal, but it can happen, right? So 40% it made in 1 year. In 3 years, it has made 19%. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see it really good. 19% in 3 years. Okay, but what about 5 years? 19% in 5 years. Well, what about 10 years? 17%. So those are some pretty darn good numbers. And now it's only telling me to that point. I think I could go to the charts. Let's see if I go here, if it'll give me anything further beyond that. I'm not sure if it'll break it down to the max that it made, but at least we know for the next 10 years, this has performed higher than what we are saying this minimum is. So let's say, you know what, I'm in my 40s and I could afford $400 a month. That's a basic car payment. A lot of people pay more for their cars than that.
Nice car. What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
So let's say we did 19% at age 40 until age 67. Let's calculate it now. Boom. Now we are at $4 million for our savings. And even if you had to pay taxes on this, even if you paid half of it in taxes, you would still have $2 million. And if you do it through a Roth IRA or one of these tax benefit programs, you can avoid paying some of those taxes, and you would basically should get your full amount, more or less. I'm sure there's some tax things that we may have to consider, but even if it was half, it's still a lot of money. And here we have this information again. This is just starting with an initial balance of $1,500, contributing your total contributions is $129,000, and that $129,000 over time, making 19% every year. And we see that 1 year, it made 40%. So if you average it out, will it be 12%, 15, 19? We don't know. Nobody knows the future, but let's just say 19 for now. That's what it put it at, $4 million. So 90%, 97% of that is just the interest growth that you made on it. So in 2041, you would have hit $1 million, and that's a total years of 27 years. So not a bad plan. And these are real numbers, guys. This is a real fund. You can go to E-Trade and put yourself in this fund. You can put money in it, and you can start earning this. Again, we see that in 1 year, this one did 40%. The other years it went down some. It didn't do that much, but still 19, 19.8, 17. Those are really good numbers. And this is just one mutual fund. There's plenty of other mutual funds that do similar. Some do better. Some may do a little bit less, but this is one that I have liked for a while. So guys, let's play with a couple more numbers here. Let's say, we're a little bit older than that. Let's say we're 45 and we have a little bit more money saved. Let's say we have $50,000 saved, and we don't want to contribute that much a month. Let's say we only do 200 and we still make that 19%. Let's calculate it. And there we have $3.9 million in just 22 years. So at the age of 67, you would have $3.9 million starting with $50,000 and only doing $200 a month. The only thing is that you have it in a mutual fund that is making 19%. So even if it's less than that, let's say, let's go a little bit more conservative. Let's say 15%. Well, now we're at $1.7 million. So again, that's just doing $50,000, $200 a month. Now, this is the beauty of starting young. So let's say we start at 21 years old, and let's say they only had, or let's just say zero. They didn't have anything in savings, and they're only going to do $200 a month starting from age 21, making 15% a year. What's that going to be? $15 million in 46 years. So by the time they retire, doing $200 a month, you would have $15 million. So not bad. And this is no trickery. This is nothing. This is just numbers. This is percentages. And where you can make this. You can go to a mutual fund like this and you can make these type of rates. So we see them right here: 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 17%. So not bad. I think this is something that almost anyone can do. It just takes discipline, time. And yes, things happen in life. Sometimes we have to pull out money from savings.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
But if you are diligent about it, I believe that almost anyone can get to that $1 million benchmark or that retirement goal.
But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, encouraging. I really do believe in this stuff. I believe that anyone can get there with just a little bit of discipline and just maybe a little bit of sacrifice. Maybe you don't buy that super luxury car and you just save a couple $100 a month to put in savings. So, hey guys, if you got some value out of this video, please give me a like, consider subscribing to this channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks.
Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth.